Good afternoon. Getting ready for a big football game against a team that's playing really well, offensively, defensively. Got really good personnel and special teams as well. Know it'll be a great environment, whiteout down there. For us, we got to win with our preparation and get ready to go play a really good football team on the road, and going to be a great environment and look forward to playing. So I'll open it up.
When you look back at last year's game and what Jeff had then and what they've been able to do this year to this point, where have they grown in the last year?
Yeah, well, I think their entire roster, they're deeper than they were a year ago. Their young guys that they had a year ago have continued to develop. They're playing extremely well. They obviously added some bodies through the portal as well, and I think collectively their personnel's much further developed than it was a year ago. Understanding of their systems is much better, and that's why they're playing the way that they are defensively. One of the top in our league in a lot of different categories, offensively playing extremely efficient, but also creating a bunch of big plays in the pass game, and their special teams have done a really nice job.
They're not ranked, but they are undefeated, a 4-0 record. Does that look tricky to you at all? And a 3-4 defense, that's new to you, so what do you?
Yeah, I mean, we went against them a year ago, schematically, not entirely different. They've continued to add things to it. Their personnel's playing extremely well. There's nothing tricky about going down there and playing this football team. It's a really good football team. You can see that on the tape in all three phases of the game. You look at the quality of the wins that they've had, beating Arizona State. It's the next test. In this league, you better show up every Saturday ready to play.
Through 4 games, where's your evaluation of your secondary? Where do you want to get better there?
Yeah, I thought we took a step in our communication this past week, in particular with the guys that played early in the football game. Had a couple of busts late, but overall, like our continued growth. But the stress of this football game, formation variation, splits, and the tempo, we got to do a great job.
What do you think you are tempo? How do you think that your defense is managed? What little bit of tempo you see?
Yeah, I mean, they see it throughout the course of the season at times. In general, we've handled it pretty well. They get a chance to see it on a day-to-day basis with us too.
Coach, Chris Brazel leads the nation with 6 receiving touchdowns. How important is he going to be in this SEC matchup coming up?
Yeah, wide receivers in general are going to be really important in this one. It's guys working in the middle of the football field. It's out on the outside. They have a mixture of coverage, recognizing the structure and coverage that we're seeing will be important in this one. Chris, obviously, what he's done here in the first few ball games, really special. But all of us, him included, got to continue to grow and take another step here this week.
Jackson Moy, how close were we all seeing him return, and just do you feel like he's trending in the right direction?
I knew it would be you, right? Jackson's continued to get better. Wednesday will be the official first injury report of the week, and then you can stay tuned from there.
Josh, you had an older team last year who had kind of done the tour of SEC road trips. A lot of young guys now that haven't done a lot of SEC road games. What's your advice to those young guys about how to prepare and how to handle winning on the road?
Preparation's the key. That's true whether you're at home or on the road. Practicing well, continuing to dial into the details of the game plan and what you expect to see on the other side of the football, all the way up until kickoff. Really important. Road games, yeah, it's different because you're not playing in front of your fans, but you get between the white lines, it's 11 on 11, and being able to snap and clear, reset to the next play, and control the controllables. The ordinary, everyday things are what are really important on Saturdays in general, but certainly when you're on the road.
Coach, Joey has just about as many 50-plus yard pass plays in 4 games as you guys did all of last year. Is that personnel, him and the receivers just being better? You guys tweak some things, as a staff, and just how much easier does it make offense when you're hitting some shots like that?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of everything. There's some things that we've added to our arsenal offensively that have been a part of creating that. Our wide receivers going and making plays down the field. Those guys have gone up and competed and made contested catches down the football field. Protection's certainly a big piece of that as well, and Joey obviously is a big piece of that. He's been really pretty accurate down the football field, and that's allowed our guys to go make plays.
What stands out to you about Mississippi State's run game, especially in their effectiveness to get first downs on the ground?
Yeah, first of all, they do a really good job up front. They're well coached. They're physical. I think their running backs do a really good job of pressing and hitting the holes, playing with great pad level and being physical at the end of the run. Their quarterback has the ability to be a part of the run game, and that changes the numbers, changes the angles. We got to do a great job of getting off of blocks and penetrating and making things bounce.
Going back to that room environment, just looking at the offensive line specifically, a lot of new faces on the line, what do you tell them in terms of communication and an environment that's also unique sound-wise?
Yeah, I think, the uniqueness of it sound-wise is what is a part of making this league really special too. For us up front, absolutely, the communication starts with Sam, and then being able to get all 5, but your tight ends, everybody in sync as far as your targets, and then your double teams and all of that comes off of it, and that will be important in this one. Crowd noise, structure recognition, all of it.
Can someone take a game like Saturday, a young player, and really elevate themselves up the line in terms of being able to help you? Can you look at someone coming out of a single game like that and go, hey, that guy may be closer to helping than maybe we even thought on the practice field? And secondly, where's Sidney Walton in his development?
Sidney's done a great job, super mature, focused, a guy that spends a bunch of extra time getting himself prepared. You've seen him play really well on special teams. Saturday got more action in the secondary, did a really nice job. One event doesn't holistically change everything, but the young guys, I think we played 16 true freshmen in the first half, maybe 20 plus during the course of the game. Those guys between the white lines on game day, yeah, that's a part of the evaluation. And did they handle things the right way? Did they go make plays? Did they get off blocks? How was the communication? That's all a part of it. And the same thing offensively, alignment, assignment keys, and execution.
Mississippi State's kind of unique because they've been able to get a lot of big plays, explosive plays on offense, but then they're number 1 in the nation in red zone offense too. Is there a common thread you see from that and why they've been successful in those 2 areas?
Yeah, big plays happen because you're able to execute, right? That's going and winning out on the perimeter. It's protection up front. It's quarterback being accurate with the football. They got great speed out on the outside. The red zone efficiency, the quarterback being a part of the run game, the way that they're able to run the football, all of that leads to, that efficiency in that area of the field.
Several players earned the game ball last game, Boo Carter, one of them. What can you appreciate in the way that he's been able to kind of fight or contribute so far this season?
I think all those guys, defensively, game balls for, forced turnovers, that can be defensive lineman, strip sack, tip. Boo with a great punch the other day on the ball. Caleb picking it up. So always recognize that after a game, and when we come back in the building on Monday. Boo's continued to grow. The details continue to matter, and that's a part of his growth and taking the next step as a player. But there's been a lot of good from him.
Chris Lowe reported that the annual 3 opponents Tennessee would play would be Kentucky, Vandy, and Alabama. How important is that just to kind of see those rivalries continue on in a league that continues to evolve and continues to change year to year?
Well, I do think rivalries matter. It's a part of the tradition of this game. Fan bases, pointing to those football games. I hadn't heard about that report. I know that the league, that's something that they've, it's been important to them to try to protect some of those special games, for universities and their fan bases.
All right. Thank you. We have players.
Thank you all.